If everybody could take their seats, thank you. Shabbat Shalom, everybody, and a very warm welcome to the HRS. A particularly warm welcome to everybody visiting the synagogue for the first time. An enormous mazel tov to Joseph and to his family on the occasion of his Bar Mitzvah. Very exciting day. Can I just ask everybody to check their mobile phones are switched off so we don't interrupt the service. Some additional services starting at 10:30 right now as well. We have a family service in the Bet HaMidrash and a teen shmooze upstairs with Rabbi Emily in the council room. All are welcome. Today's service begins on page 160, Mar Tovu, and would you please stand? Turn to page 158 and join me in reading the first paragraph. We, the family of Israel, inheritors of a vision, have learned what the Eternal One seeks from us. Is it not to justify, to love, kindness, and to walk humbly with our God? The words are sweet as honey on our tongues, yet how bitter they can taste when outside us lies a world of poverty and injustice. Let our compassion not become callous, nor our righteousness succumb to despair. O God, give us strength to act in the world for your name's sake. And if you can now turn to page 162, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher yotza et hadam b'chachma, uvara v'nikavim nikavim, chalulim chalulim, galui v'yadua lifnei kisei lefadecha, she'im yifatech echad mahem, au yisatem echad mehem, I efshar lehitkayem v'lamar lefanecha. Baruch atah Adonai, Rafei kol basa umafli la'asad.
164, can you join in alternative verses? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani b'tzelem Elohim.
Amen. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani b'tzelem.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani aveh.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani b'tzelem.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pageach Ivrim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam haviv sharabim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam rokech v'chutim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam amechin usadei galfer.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam odei zeh v'gvura.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam atei Yisrael b'tifarah.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanoteh le'elei Torah.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam amavir shenai metarnit v'ma me'afapai.
Amen.
Could you turn to page 171? V'haya Adonai l'melech al kol ha'aretz. Hayam hahu yiyeh Adonai echad, Shema echad. Hashienu Adonai Eloheinu, l'hodat l'shem kodshecha l'hishtabeach b'tilatecha. Baruch Adonai Elohei Yisrael, min ha'olam v'yad ha'olam. Baruch HaMachil Menuchal Yomo Yisrael B'Yam Shabbat Kodesh Baruch Hu U'Baruch Shemal U'Baruch Zichra Le'Almei Ad. And can you turn to page 179? page 204 and stand for Ishtabah. Adonai Kulam B'chokma Osita, Mala Haaretz Kinyanecha, Hamelech HaMarmam Levadai Me'oz, Hamshuvach V'Farar V'Mitnasei Mimot Olam. Elohei Olam B'Rachamecha Harabim, Rachem Oleinu, Adon Uzeinu, Su Miskabenu, Mogeinu Shenu, Ar Kodesh Al Tzion Tarir V'Nizkeh Kulonu Mehera Liora. Baruch Atah Adonai Yatzer Ha'ara. Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, v'chol levavecha, v'chol nafshecha, v'chol ma'adecha, v'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh, asher amalchi mitzelecha hayam al levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam, v'shiftecha v'eitecha, v'vlechtecha v'derech, v'shofra u'kumecha, v'kshatam miyat al yadecha, v'hayu v'tas v'bein enecha. Accepted and good. It is true that the eternal God is our sovereign, the strength of Jacob, the defender of our safety. God endures from generation to generation. God's rule and faithfulness stand firm forever. It is true that you are the faithful one, our God and God of our ancestors, who rescues and delivers us. So were you ever known, there is no God besides you. Ezrat Eloteinu atahu me'olam, Moged u'masher lahem v'lifnehem acharechem, b'chol dor v'dor, Ashrei ish yishmal mitzvatecha, v'tarotecha dvaracha yasim al libav, Emet atahu risham, v'atahu acharam, Umi baladecha ein lonu melech, Goel u'mashiach, V'mitzrayim goltanu Adonai Eloheinu, U'mibeit avadim v'ditonu, Moshe and Miriam of Bnei Yisrael, Lecha anu shira v'simcha rabba, Yomru v'cholam. Shibchu ge'ulim, l'shimcha al sufat hayam, yachad kulam hadu v'yamluchu v'yamru.
Is
seated. And Sim Shalom can be found on page 233.
Page 236, please stand for the Torah service. 9. Ein kadosh kadonai ki ein biltecha ve'in tzuk Eloheinu. Ki mi Elohami baladei Adonai v'tzur zulati Eloheinu. Torah tziva lanu Moshe v'rasha kilat Yaakov. Shalom rab lo havei toratecha ve'ein lamo mikshol. Adonai oz lemo yitein Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. Ki shem Adonai ekra avu gadol Eloheinu. Parashat Truma, this Shabbat. We're going to begin with Exodus chapter 25, verses 1 to 11. You'll find them in the Hertz Chumash on page 326, in the Eitz Chaim Chumash on page 485. This portion will first be introduced to us and then chanted from the Torah by our Bar Mitzvah, Joseph Barrett. Ya'amod, Ya'amod, Yosef ben Esther, Bar Mitzvah Chazak.
My portion is about the tabernacle. A tabernacle is a portable temple which was used thousands of years ago by Jews who were traveling a lot, where they made animal sacrifices to God. The tabernacle was portable because the Jewish people were always traveling. To the Jews at that time, I think a tabernacle meant a place of holiness that was always with them, where the people could go and show their respect and love for God. I found it interesting that so many materials, such as oil to light spices, lapis lazuli for setting, ram skins and wood, were all used to make the tabernacle, all of which meaning different things. I have learned how busy it would have been all those years ago and what a challenge it would have been for 250,000 people to go there almost every day. I chose my project because my portion is about how God told Moses the materials to build the tabernacle out of. I have made a model of it. To mark this occasion, I'm beginning my Bar Mitzvah with a young victim of the Holocaust, Joseph Federbush. He was killed before he reached this milestone in his life. Joseph was born in 1931 in Poland to Mum Deborah and Dad Marcus. In 1942, during World War II, he was taken to a concentration camp with his mum, dad, and sister Clara, who was 10 years older than him. Here, they were all murdered. His brother Henry survived. He is the one who has given us all this information about his family, so that I can be the guardian of the memory of Joseph. Each Yom HaShoah, I will light a candle in remembrance of Joseph and help keep his memory alive. Atan, Bachu et Adonai, Hamvora. Baruch Adonai, Hamvora Leolam, Ba'ed, Baruch Adonai, Hamvora Leolam, Ba'ed, Baruch Atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher bachal banu mikol ha'amim, V'natan lanu et Torato, Baruch Atah Adonai, Noten HaTorah. V'daber Adonai al Moshe le'emor, daber el bnei Yisrael, v'yechu li teruma, ma'et kol ish asher ikvenu lebo, tikhu et terumati, v'zot ha-teruma asher tikhu, meitam zachar v'chesed, unchoshet, udhelet vargaman, v'tolat shani, v'sheish v'zim, Vorot Elim Madamim Vorot Tachashem Vasei Shitim Shemen Lema'o Besamim Leshemen Chamish Chavalet Torah Tasamim Avnei Shocham Avnei Miluim Lafod Velachoshen Vasu Li Mikdash V'shachanti Batokam Kachol Asher ani ma'arelcha eight tavnit chamishkan ve'eight tavnit kokalav ve'chein tasu vasu aron apsei shitim amatim v'chetzi arako va'ama v'chetzi arako va'ama v'chetzi komato v'tibita oto tachav tocho nebayev umechu tasapen Vasita alav zachar zaviv. Baruch Adonai, wait what? Baruch Adonai. Baruch Atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher natan lanu Torah temet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu, Baruch Atah Adonai, noten HaTorah.
Mishaberach Avotenu Abraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah Hoyevarech et Yosef ben Esther Bar Mitzvah שעלה היום לכבוד המקום ולכבוד התורה, לכבוד יום השבת הזה, ונאמר אמן. And we come to our second portion, Exodus chapter 25, verses 12 to 16. Page 327, Hertz Ramash, page 4888, Chaim. So, here we are at the foot of Mount Sinai, after having received the Ten Commandments, and as you've heard, we now have to leave Mount Sinai, begin the journey, and so we take a portable Mishkan, a portable meeting place for the community to meet with God, which is going to sustain us, to be with us, to be our meeting place, wherever we go in these 40 years in the wilderness. And all the bits of furniture and the tabernacle had to be portable, so we're going to hear how everything was carryable, had rings in it, you could put sticks through and then carry it on your shoulders on the journey in the wilderness. The ark was unique in that all the other objects would have the sticks removed when they were placed in while they were waiting, but the ark's sticks never were removed. It was always ready to be picked up when necessary by the Levites, whose job it was to carry the ark. Ya'amod, Ya'amod. Rachmiel ben Leib לקריאת התורה.
Baruch Adonai HaMavarach. Baruch Adonai HaMavarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'cha banu mikol ha'amin v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
ויצקת לו 4 טבעות זהב, ונתת 4 פעמותיו, ושתי טבעות על צלו האחת, ושתי טבעות על צלו השנית, ועשית בדי עצי שיטים, וציפית אותם זהב, והבאת את הבדים בטבעות על צלות הארון, לשאת את הארון בהן. בטבעות הארון יהיו הבדים, לא יסורו ממנו. ונתת אל הארון את העדות אשר אתן אליך.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natzal b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
אמן. לשבח אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, ואמותינו שרה רבקה רחל ולאה, ויברך את רחמיאל בן לייב שעלה היום לכבוד המקום, לכבוד התורה, לכבוד יום השבת הזה, ונאמר אמן. And we come to Exodus chapter 25, verses 17 to 30, page 328, Hertz Chumash, page 488 in the Eitz Chaim. This will be read by Stuart Abbey today. This portion includes descriptions of the ark with its cover, table for bread for the challah, a menorah providing the lights for the temple, for the tabernacle, and these are elements which you can see in our synagogue today. Yamod, Yamod, Shmuel ben Menashe, לקריאת התורה.
Baruch Adonai HaMavarach. Baruch Adonai HaMavarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'cha banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. ועשית כפורת זהב טהור, 2.5 ארכה, ואמה וחצי רחבה, ועשית 2 כרובים זהב, מקשה תעשה אותם משני כזאת הכפורת, ועשית כרוב אחד מכזה מזה, וכרוב אחד מכזה מזה מן הכפורת, תעשו את הכרובים על 2 קצותיו. יהיו הכרובים פורסי כנפיים למעלה, שוחחים בכנפיכם על הכפורת, ובניכם איש אל ארון את הכפורת, יהי פני הכרובים, ונתת את הכפורת על הארון ממעלה, ואל הארון תיתן את העדות אשר אתן אליך. ונועדתי לך שם, ודיברתי איתך מעל הכפורת, בין 2 הכרובים, אשר על ארון העדות, את כל אשר אזרה אותך אל בני ישראל. ועשית שולחן נזי שיטים, 200 ארכו, וימר רכבו, וימר וחזי קומתו, וציפית אותם זהב טהור, ועשית לו זה זהב סביב, ועשית לו מסגרת צופה סביב. ועשית זה זהב למסגרתו סביב. ועשית לו 4 טבעות זהב ונתת את על הארון כפיות אשר 4 רגליו, לאומה המסגרת תחיינה הטבעות, לבתים לבדים לשאת את השולחן. ועשית את הבדים הזה שיטים, זיפית אותם זכר, וניסה בה את השולחן. ועשית כארותיו וכפותיו וקשותיו ומנקבותיו, אשר יוסף בכם זכר טהור, תעשה אותם ונתת על השולחן לכם פנים לפני תמיד. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת, בחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן. שברך אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, ואמותינו שרה ורחל ולאה. הוא יברך את שמואל בן מנשה, שעלה היום לכבוד המקום ולכבוד התורה ולכבוד יום השבת הזה, ולהודות על כל החסידים אשר גמלו אלוהים מיום היוולדו על היום הזה. הקדוש ברוך הוא ישמור אותו ואת כל משפחתו וישלח ברכה והצלחה בכל מעשה ידיו ועם כל ישראל אחד ונאמר אמן. May the one who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel and Leah, bless Stuart Abbey who has come for an aliyah on this the anniversary of your Bar Mitzvah with reverence for God and respect for Torah. Grateful to God for the gift of life which he has enjoyed. May the Holy One bless Stuart with length of years and good health, the pleasures of Torah study and the profound satisfaction that comes from a life of ma'asim tovim, of good deeds, in celebrating this and many other anniversaries of Bar Mitzvah. May Stuart and all his family enjoy blessing and happiness in all that they do, and let us say, Amen. Please stand. You'll find the Haftarah for this Shabbat on page 336 or 7 of the Hertz Chumash, and on page 500 of the 8th Ba'im. We've had the building of the tabernacle. This is a description of the building of the temple in Jerusalem by King Solomon, and it tells us that the stones of the temple are not to be cut with an iron implement, an axe or any such object which could be used if you for violence too. We're not quite sure how it was done, but according to the rabbis, according to legend, there was a snail with a very, very hard shell, almost diamond hard, called shamir. You may hear that surname in Israel today, or yesterday, shamir, and that means that snail that has a very hard shell, not always inappropriate in some cases, and that was used apparently rather than any iron implements, because there should be nothing which could be used for warfare that would be used in building the temple, a symbol of peace.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'cha b'nvi'im tovim v'tzei v'divreihem chomekdim b'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'torah v'Moshe abdo v'Yisrael amo v'nvi'ei ha'emet v'tzedek. V'hayi v'shanim shana v'arba me'et shana l'sei b'nei Yisrael me'eretz Mitzrayim v'shana havi'it v'chodesh Ziv hu ha'chodesh hasheni למלך שלמה על ישראל, ויבן הבית לאדוני, והבית אשר בנה המלך שלמה לאדוני, 60 אמה אורכו ו20 רחבו, ו30 אמה קומתו. בעולם על פני כל הבית 20 אמה אורכו, על פני רוחם הבית 10 אמה רוחבו על פני הבית. ויעש הבית חלוני שקיפים אטומים, ואבן על קיר הבית יציע סביב, את קרעות הבית סביב, לאוכלה לדוד, ויעשו לו סביב. היציע התוכנו 5 אמה רוחבה, התוכנה 6 אמה רוחבה, והשלישית 7 אמה רוחבה, כי מאגרות נתן לבית סביב חצה, לבלותי אוחוז בקריאת הבית. והבית בהנותו, אבן שלמה מעשה נתנה, וכמה וורות והגוון על כל כלי וזר, לא נשמע בבית בהבנתו. אחד הסלע התיכונה, על כתף הבית המענית, ובלולים יעלו על התחנה, ומן התחנה על 30. ויבן הבית ויכלהו, ויסופן את הבית גבים, ושדרות ועזריהם. ויבן את היציע על כל הבית 5 אמות קמתו, ויאחז את הבית ביצי ארזים. והיו דברי אדוני אל שלמה לאמור, הבית הזה אשר אתה בנה, אם תלך בתוכתי ואת משפטי תעשה, ושמרת את כל מצוותי ללכת בהם, והקמתי את דברי איתך, אשר דברתי על דוד אביך, ושכנתי בתוכך בני ישראל, ולא אבוז את עמי ישראל. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל הנשים ועל יום השבת הזה, שנתת לנו אדוני אלוהינו, לתשב למנוחה לכבוד ולתפארת, על הכל אדוני אלוהינו אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותך. יתברך שמך בפי כוחי תמיד לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Page 246, please stand. Our God, whose dominion is everlasting, we ask you to bless our sovereign lady, Queen Elizabeth, and to guide the government of this country. Help us to be good citizens working together for justice and peace at home and abroad. Bless this holy community and all holy communities, and support the life and work of all who labour for their welfare. Our God and God of our ancestors, we ask your blessing on the state of Israel and all who live there. Give wisdom and understanding to its leaders, and friendship and compassion to the people, so that there may be lasting peace on its borders and in its homes. Soon may your promise be fulfilled, for Torah shall come out of Zion, and the word of God from Jerusalem. We ask you to listen to our prayers and look on us kindly, supporting those who are troubled, consoling the bereaved, sending relief to those in pain or anxiety. This Shabbat, we pray, God, may it please you to send healing. And we think especially of Dr. Herbert Davis, Herz Yossel, be with all others who are at present suffering. May God be their refuge through their time of trial. Make them secure in the knowledge that they will never be forgotten by you, for you are the shield of all who trust in you.
Amen.
As you blessed our fathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and our mothers, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless our own congregation, all other congregations gathered in prayer, and everyone who responds to the needs of the community. May such be the divine will, and let us say, Amen. Page 251. 256. ובנוחה יאמר, שובה אדוני רבבות אלפי ישראל, קומה אדוני למנוחתך, אתה ואהרון עוזך, כהנך ילבשו צדק, וחסידיך ירננו, בעבור דוד עבדך אל תשב פני משיחך, כי לקח טוב נתתי לכם, תורתי אל תעזובו. Story from Rabbi Ed Feinstein based on a midrash. Once there was a kingdom that everyone called paradise. It was called paradise not because it was any more beautiful or richer than any other land, but because of the way that people who lived there treated one another. In this kingdom, if someone needed something from a friend, the friend stepped forward to help. If someone needed something from a neighbor, the neighbor would respond cheerfully and graciously without asking for payment. If a stranger needed something, people came forward to help with hospitality, generosity, and kindness. And this was because of the wise king. The king knew that his subjects would treat one another the way he treated them. So he was always attentive and responsive. But in time the king passed on, and his son, who was not as wise or as caring, took over. One day, the new king's ministers came to him and said, "Your Majesty, we have a terrible problem. There's a famine in a certain corner of the land, and the people there are starving. We must do something." "But," said the king, "I have plenty of food. I feel sorry that they are hungry, but it's not my concern." The ministers were stunned and scrambled to plead further when a messenger ran into the throne room. "Your Majesty, we have a terrible situation. The river has become poisoned, and the people who live along its banks have no water to drink. We must help them." "But I have plenty of water," said the king. "I'm sorry, but it's not my concern." His subjects tried to sway the king many times, but unless the crisis directly impacted on him, he always replied, that every dire situation was not his concern. Soon, everyone in the kingdom began to act like the king. People stopped giving each other things freely and with love. No one even remembered they once lived in paradise. No one except a fisherman who hatched a plan. This man owned a beautiful boat in the harbour, and he invited all of the nobles for a grand cruise, including the king. On the appointed day, everyone came on board. They went out into the open ocean, taking in the breathtaking views. After a few hours, one of the passengers asked, "Can we go home now?" "Absolutely," replied the fisherman. "I have just one thing to do first." And with that, he removed a small drill from his pack and began to drill a hole in the bottom of the boat. People turned to him and asked what he was doing. "I'm drilling a hole," he answered. "Why?" they asked. "If you drill a hole, water will rush in and sink the boat." Because the fisherman replied, "It's a good day for drilling holes, and it's my boat, my drill, and I'm going to finish drilling this hole." Everyone was afraid. They came to the king, begged him to do something. The king went to the fisherman and said, "Fisherman, I command you to stop this at once." The fisherman looked up and explained slowly, "It is my boat, my drill. I'm going to make a hole. Would you please move aside? You're blocking my life." The king said, "Please stop. If you keep going, this boat will fill with water and we will all drown." The fisherman paused. "You don't want the boat to sink. You don't want to drown. I'm sorry, but it's not my concern." The king said, "What do you mean it's not your concern? Everyone can see that if I have a problem, then you have a problem. And if you have a problem, I have a problem. And if anyone on this boat has a problem, everyone has a problem because we're all in the same boat." And then the king stopped, like someone who's just figured out a great puzzle. He repeated these words slowly. "If I have a problem, you have a problem. And if you have a problem, I have a problem. If anyone has a problem, then everyone has a problem because we're all in the same boat. Anyone can see that." The fisherman said, "Now we can all go home." In this week's portion, you've heard how the children of Israel were told to make an offering from everyone whose heart makes them willing, Asher Yidvenu Libo, whose heart stirred them up, who wanted to make a free will gift of love for the sake of the community. And this was so that we could make a sanctuary, so that God can be present among us. We heard that God had been met on Mount Sinai, but now we had to make this 40 years wilderness journey. How were we going to have a place to meet God? We had to create a portable kind of Sinai. And how do you create a tabernacle, a meeting place, a holy place? And the first rule was that the tabernacle was built by love and commitment, by people giving freely of themselves and giving free will offerings. Then when Israel entered the land 40 years later and stopped traveling, this portable tabernacle became a permanent building, a temple, which had the features of the tabernacle: the ark, the light, the tables of the altar. And the temple now became a sanctuary, a sanctified, holy place. Later the word sanctuary came to mean now, as it does, safety and amnesty. In temple days, anyone who was in danger could come into the temple and grab the horns of the altar, the corners of the altar, and claim sanctuary. So nowadays we speak of sanctuary, including animal sanctuaries, where animals are not hunted, but can be safe and protected. And this meaning of the word sanctuary comes from the temple. And then the temple was destroyed in the year 70. It was destroyed first much earlier in Babylonian times, and then again in the year 70. And when Israel was taken into exile, how could we then find sanctuary, make a meeting place fit for God and humanity? And the temple spirituality then went into two of our institutions, into two places. It went into the synagogue and it went into the home. And the synagogue, as we've seen, contains some elements of the temple, the ark with a cover, Ner Tamid representing the lights of the menorah that were in the temple, and also into the home, which is also a meeting place with God. And the home contains other elements of the temple, including an altar table, especially on Friday nights. This becomes a table which is covered with white, and on it you can have candles in memory of the temple menorah. A wine offering is made on Friday nights, a bread offering, challah, offered with salt, as for all temple offerings. But it's not enough just to have the rituals. How do we make our synagogues and our homes into real sanctuaries fit for the presence of God? And both homes and synagogues should be sustained by free will offerings, sacrifices of love and commitment. A good home does not have to be the grandest of buildings, but it has to be built by love. It is made with free will offerings. And the home becomes a place of holiness when the members of that home behave towards each other with generosity and care, giving support, accepting and understanding with a willing heart, and then we can create a taste of paradise. From time to time, we can, all of us, think about our homes, our synagogues, and consider if they are truly welcoming, if they really are sanctuaries, and realize that even more important than all the objects and all the rituals is the quality of relationship between people in our families and communities. Homes are more than just houses. They are built by people whose heart moves them to give for the sake of others. So may we go home and make our homes real homes, where all can feel safe and good, where God feels welcome. And by the way we treat each other, we can create places called paradise. Amen. Now, my dear Joseph, come, stand before your family and before your community, so that I, on behalf of everyone, can say to you, Mazel Tov, on this, your Bar Mitzvah day. And you spoke to us about the tabernacle, about the place where the community can gather together to serve God, where people gave gifts voluntarily for the greater good. Now, Joseph, you have gifts and talents, and we ask you now to use them for the greater good. You are kind and thoughtful and sensitive. You're friendly and creative and artistic. I'm told you're also tidy and organized and very fashion conscious. You enjoy your studies such as science or English or Spanish. You certainly enjoy using social media and technology. And you're passionate about photography because you've got a good eye. Now, in Jewish tradition, a good eye, this phrase has a double meaning. It does mean that one can see beauty, and you are artistic and aware. It also means the ability to see the good in people, to judge them favorably, and to see the good, the potential in all things. Now, you spoke about the tabernacle. In fact, you made a model of it. And there's a lovely midrash commentary which I think will speak to any of us who've ever tried to set up furniture from MFI or IKEA. And this is the midrash from Midrash Tanchuma. It says the Israelites assembled all the bits and pieces you described that were used to make up the tabernacle, and they got all the pieces together. Then they tried to put them together to set up the tabernacle, but in vain. It wouldn't work. So they asked Moses to set it up for them. And he couldn't manage it either. So Moses turned to God and said, I don't know how to set it up. And God said to Moses, try again, keep trying, and before long you will find that the tabernacle will set itself up by itself, as it were. Now that's the Midrash, and I find it very helpful, because I think that sometimes life can get complicated and all the different bits and pieces are hard to put together. But the important thing, according to the Midrash, is that we don't give up, but we just keep trying. And after a while we may find that things get easier and begin to fit together and make a piece, a whole. You've learnt, I think, with this Bar Mitzvah preparation, that sometimes what seems very hard could become easier and manageable as long as you kept trying and practicing. Let me also say how moved I was that you chose to twin your Bar Mitzvah with that young victim of the Holocaust you told us about, Joseph Federbush. He was born, as you said, 1931 in Poland, and he was killed in 1942 with his parents, Dvora and Markus, and his sister Clara. And today he is remembered because you've helped to perpetuate his memory. You've helped us to think about him and remember him. And we say, Zichrono livracha, may his memory bring a blessing to all who think about him. So we're going to wish you a blessing, Joseph. May you have a good life and a long life and a healthy life. And may you fill it with goodness and with blessings. Amen. Amen. Joseph, let me invite you and your family to come to the Bima. And can I ask the congregation please to stand as we have this ceremony where the Torah will be taken from the ark and passed by the parent of the Bar Mitzvah to the Bar Mitzvah as a symbol of Torah passing from generation and to generation.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kavod Ma'itol Le'olam Ba'ed V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha B'chol levavecha V'b'chol nafshecha V'b'chol modecha V'yu havarim ha'ela Asher Anochim et Tavcha Chayom Ala Babecha V'shinam Tam Levanecha V'tibarat Bam B'shivtecha B'beitecha V'bleftecha V'dara V'shot B'cha V'kamecha V'kshal Tam Le'ot Al Yadecha V'yu havarim L'sotavot Beinanecha, Echtav Tam Al Mizizot Beitecha, Ivisharecha.
Yevarechecha Adonai Yishmerecha, may God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai Panav Elecha B'Fonecha, may God's face be lifted to you in favor and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai Panav Elecha V'Yasein Lecha Shalom, may God's face be lifted to you, and may God grant you a blessing of a life of peace. Please remain standing as we turn to page 310. page 310, you can say, Aleinu l'shabeach Adon hakol, atei gedula Yosef Bereshit, asher b'chabanu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtahavim u'modim, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נותן שמיים ויוצר הארץ ומשה מקרוב בשמיים ממעל ושביל לטוסו וגובי מרומים הוא אלוהינו אחד עמק מלכנו אפס תורתו כל כתוב בתורתו וידעת השבות אל למענך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל Therefore, Almighty God, we put our hope in you. Soon let us witness the glory of your power, when the worship of material things shall pass away from the earth, and prejudice and superstition shall at last be cut off, when the world will be set right by the rule of God, and all humanity shall speak out in your name, and all the wicked of the earth shall turn to you. Then all who inhabit this world shall meet in understanding, and shall know that to you alone each one shall submit, and pledge themselves in every tongue. In your presence, Almighty God, they shall bow down and be humble, honouring the glory of your being. All shall accept the duty of building your kingdom, so that your reign of goodness shall come soon and last forever. For yours alone is the true kingdom, and only the glory of your rule endures forever. So it is written in your Torah, the Eternal shall rule forever and ever. So it is prophesied, the Eternal shall be sovereign over all the earth. On that day the Eternal shall be one and known as one. Which can be found on page 316. We extend sympathy and support to those who mourn the loss of a loved one, or who mark a yahrzeit at this time. We think of those whose funerals took place this week as we remember Pamela Lerner, Begele Bat Yaakov, wife of Stanley Lerner, Warren Cooper, Ze'eb and Zelig, husband of Jacqueline Cooper, father of Elizabeth Lebetkin and Jonathan Cooper. And on the occasion of the anniversary of death, we remember Mavis Bradley, wife of Harry Bradley, mother of Christine and Roger, grandmother of Martin, Dora Graff, mother of Audrey Gold, mother-in-law of Barry Gold, Michael Miller, Maya Ben Alta Aaron of Friedel, husband of Amelia Miller, father of Emma Roche and grandfather of Sophie. Amelia Posner, Malka Batzaev, mother of Michael Posner. Sidney Posner, Shmuel Ben Yaakov, father of Michael Posner. Sidney Rosen, Shur Ben Yosef, father of Harvey Rosen. Alfred Stiasny, son of Daniel Stiasny. Graham Sidney, Yosef Ivel Ben Shaul, husband of Joan Sidney and father of Grant and Elliot. Nashi Sulman Yehuda, father of Jacqueline Feder. May all who remember find comfort, take strength in knowing that loved ones continue to live in the shadow of the Holy One. May God be blessed. They are beyond any pain or harm. They have found peace May we find peace in the words of the Kaddish. Yit gadal bit kadash shemei hava. V'alma tivrach irutei v'yamalik malchutei. V'hayekon v'yamikon v'chayei b'chol beit Yisrael. V'agala b'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabam v'varach jelam la'almei almaya. Yitvarach v'ishtabach v'itpa'a v'itloman v'itnasei. V'tata v'talei v'talal shmei d'krusha v'rifu. Le'ela min kol b'chata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechmata di'amiran v'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shmaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. V'seh shalom d'brama v'yaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed our service this morning. On behalf of the whole community, I'd like to wish a hearty Mazel Tov to Joseph on the occasion of his Bar Mitzvah Mazel Tov. Also Mazel Tov to Stuart Abbey on the 60th anniversary of his Bar Mitzvah. As usual, our Shachrit service tomorrow morning is at 9:30. Next Friday night, our Shabbat evening service will be at 6:30. And next Shabbat, our main morning service will be at 10:30 a.m. And there will also be a Shabbat Shirah musical service, again at 10:30 a.m. There are lots of activities coming up in the next few weeks, so as usual, have a look at the week ahead sheet, the website, or the magazine. I specifically want to mention two things that are happening this week. There's a film screening of Sing Along, Fiddler on the Roof on Tuesday at 8 p.m. You can book tickets through the website or directly with the office. Additionally, the EHRS night shelter starts later this month, and ahead of that there is a training session on Tuesday evening, again at 8 p.m. Please contact Lisa Bard or Audrey Zarak or nightshelter@ehrs.uk for further information or to volunteer and support this cause. After the service, Joseph and his family invite you all to Kiddush in the rear hall. But please, can I remind you again not to eat or drink until after the blessings have been said. At the end of the service, it would help the warden team greatly if you could take your books out to the tables in the entrance hall. And finally, Joseph, I have your Bar Mitzvah certificate and presentation book, and I'll bring this down to you. And I also have a certificate from the Yad Vashem Foundation to commemorate you twinning your Bar Mitzvah with Joseph. Once again, I wish you all Shabbat Shalom and Mazel Tov. I'm going to hand over now to Rabbi Emily, who has a special certificate presentation.
Our Bar Mitzvah and Bat Mitzvah program here at the Shul is a very challenging one. We expect a lot from our students, as you probably noticed today. With Joseph, we have pretty high standards, and Mazel Tov, Joseph, you did a wonderful job. As part of the program, in Term 3, all of our students complete a Bar or Bat Mitzvah project. This project is done over the course of the full term, and at the very end, they're asked to present their project in front of myself, members of our synagogue council, some of the other rabbis, and it can be quite an intense and intimidating thing to do for a 12-year-old. And after the presentations are done, we like to have the ceremony where we give them their certificates, just as a way to honor them for having completed one of the first steps in their Bar Mitzvah program. So it's my honor today to call up our Term 3, or just completed Term 3 students. I'll ask you to hold your applause until the very end. Herbie Wacholder, merit. Charlie Mack, merit. Jasmine Freeman, merit. Leah Jaffe, merit. Jaden Herman, distinction. These are our Bar Mitzvah Term 3 students from this past term. Please give them a round of applause.
Sing Ein Keloheinu on page 306. As we sing it, let me invite all pre-Bar and Bat Mitzvah who would like to join us on the bima to come up. My name's Mirot following. On page 306, Ein Keloheinu. On page 195. It's led this Shabbat by Sydney Farah. Would you please stand?
Anim Zamirok Mashirim Erog Ki Elecha Nafshi Taharog Nafshi Midei Dabri Bich Vodaha Homeli Bi Autodaha Asaparacha Vodaha Velo Ri'iti Ha'adam Ha'ahan Havelo Yeditiha Gedulataha Ugevuataha Kinilato Kafi'ulataha Miyamala Gevuat Adonai Yashmiya Kotahilato
Please sit down as we turn to page 320. And on page 320 we sing Adon Olam. atem b'voachem, beruchim atem b'tzeitchem. You were blessed when you came in. May you be blessed as you go out. Adonai oz v'emo yitein. Adonai yavarech et amo b'shalom. May God give you a gift of strength. God bless you with the blessing of peace. Shabbat Shalom.